Hey there! I know it's been a while since my last video, but I am still here. So if you want to know why I've been away for a little while, just check out my community tab here on YouTube. If you go to my homepage, you can see there I'll have a post up. Um, but in this video, I am going to show you how to make these hexagon shelves and also show you some decor ideas using multiple different sizes of wood hexagons. So if you want to know how easy it is to make them, keep on watching. It's Mindy and let's get started. For the hexagon shelf, I used 1x4 pine. This 6-foot board makes two 11-inch hexagons, which is what I'm making. The first thing I'm going to do is adjust my miter saw to cut at 30 degrees. Now, if you're like me, you may be wondering where that measurement comes from, and I recently learned this, so here is the math. We know that a circle is 360 degrees, and a hexagon is basically a circle with the rounds cut off. So if you take 360 divided by 6, the number of corners, we get 60. Then divide that by 2 sides for each corner, making it 30 degrees. Okay, back to the saw. I started by cutting the end of the board. So you want that first cut to be 30 degrees. And we're making sure we have that board stay up vertically, not laying sideways. And here is that 30-degree angle. Then here is an important note. If we keep that board facing the same way with each cut, we'll end up with two parallel angles, which we don't want. So after each cut, I'm going to flip my board so that whatever side was facing out is facing in, and those cut ends will face into the same side. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So I measured my pieces to 5.5 inches from the longest point. And all these pieces are going to be the exact same length. Another note is whatever size you want your shelf to be at the widest point, just take that number and divide by 2 to get the measurement for your cut pieces. Now, to make this a little easier to get those repeated cuts, I'm going to set up a stop block. All that means is I'm adding a wood block. Make sure it is a straight piece. And I'm going to set that up at the distance of that first cut and just clamp it to the saw fence, which is that back piece you see. Now with my stop block set up, all I have to worry about is flipping that board over for each cut, giving me 6 equal pieces that will fit together beautifully. Now for the fun part, let's put it together. If you have any rough edges, you'll want to sand those first before we get to this point. And all I'm using is some wood glue and painter's tape. And don't forget to use something to protect your surface. I'm using wax paper so that the glue doesn't stick to that paper underneath. And here's how it's going to come together. Now you could just line up all the pieces like I'm doing here, flip them over and add painter's tape to the back, but I found it easier and I found that the joints were tighter when I placed the tape on one piece, then lined the next one up like this and placed it flat from there. I found that the joints were a little bit tighter with the glue when I did it this way. And you can see how tight that corner is right there. So I'm going to do that same thing with the tape for each piece until I get to that last one. And always do a dry fit before you add glue. Then we'll just add the glue into the seams. You want to add enough glue that it's going to cover each piece, and also know that if you see a little bit of squeeze out, that means the whole piece is covered and you're good. I have seen people use brad nails in each of these parts, but for this size of a shelf, I don't think that's necessary. And just check your joints to make sure everything is lined up. Wipe off any excess glue and leave that tape on until it is fully dry. Then finish these however you like and add hanging hardware to put it on a wall. Here I styled these for fall, but these can be used in any room to add decorative accents. Go ahead and tell me in the comments where you would use these. Now, of course, I had to share some decor ideas, so I made these two hexagons from 5/8 inch square dowels to use as a fall wreath. I used this Danish oil to stain them so that they are protected from outdoor moisture. Once the stain was dry, I took this floral bundle, separated it into 3, and attached it to the larger hexagon using floral wire. I used a piece of macrame cord to attach the 2 wood shapes, and to give my wreath a little more weight, I added some wood beads. Here it is on my door, and I am loving the look of this, and it can be reused from season to season by just switching out the flowers. I also made these larger shapes using 3/4 inch dowels. These are just under 2 feet wide, and I'm using them as wall decor in my bedroom. I used brown craft paper to make some paper palm leaves. What I did is cut this to size, fold it in half, and I drew a rounded leaf shape, which I cut out. Then I did a fan fold on both sides of that middle line and gathered it at the bottom to create a leaf shape. I made 3 of these and added some dried floral pieces I had on hand using that same floral wire, making this easy to remove if I want to change up the look. Here they are on my wall, and I'm loving the neutral boho look. and these are so easy to customize for any space. Lastly, I made these tiny mini hexagon ornaments because it's never too soon to plan for Christmas. I hope you enjoyed all these hexagon ideas. Go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed these and share with someone else who might like them too. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.